The truth is clear, the time has come, the end is near. Through the storm, the light will shine, a vision divine, it's yours and mine.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another morning of your favorite Phee Smee with Manly Mark. And check this out. He's alive and well. The man isn't dead. He's back from wherever he came from. Phee, you had folks who actually thought you were dead, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. You put on quite a show.
Well, I didn't.
And you actually had people tearing up and boo-hooing and crying. I know of at least three.
I didn't think it was that convincing. Could you not tell I was trying not to laugh?
I didn't think it was very convincing at all. But then again, I didn't see it live. So
Well.
I don't know. I have seen it since.
but
I thought it was
Phee-
a terrible acting job.
Fee's clearly alive.
Absolutely. Not only am I alive, but I am well and healthy and happy and enjoying life.
Yeah, he's just enjoying life, and I'm happy to be here. What day is today? Oh, Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Yeah.
It is.
Well, I don't keep up with that kind
He
of
don't keep up with the dates. He does normally keep up with the days of the week. You're
Yeah, I
good
do.
about that.
Yeah, days of the week, but
Don't ask him if today's the 6th or the 7th.
couldn't tell you. I don't subscribe to that form of slavery.
Well, do you know that why 5 is scared of 6?
Because 7, 8, 9.
There you go.
You think I'm a fool?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just think that's the kind of thing that we're looking at when you don't know the date or the time.
Well, I think the construct of time and calendars are a form of slavery in a sense. We're all slaves to time.
You ought
Because
to-
I was thinking about it, and I know this just sounds ridiculous, but it's kind of like, oh well, if a tree falls in the forest, is anyone around to hear it? Okay, well, do we age because of our own construct of time, or if we had no construct of time and we didn't count 24 hour as a day and we lived, I don't know, measured it out in something that would equate to 800 years, would our perception of that be longer? I don't know.
Well, if you're going to live 40 years and you think it's 800, then I guess everybody's perception of your
I don't
age would
know.
be. I don't think
I don't know. I mean, just
the
I mean,
aging of your body would be the
well,
same.
of course not, but that's the same thing. Does a tree that falls in the forest and no one's around to hear make a noise?
Yes,
Well,
it does.
okay, I also
Nobody
agree it
hears
does.
it, though.
No, I agree. I mean,
So, I mean, the Jewish calendar is off from our calendar, and the bottom line is they've been trying to figure out these days and weeks with Daniel for so long.
yeah.
Then they say, well, the days are off in that calendar. They add a day here.
But you know they're waiting. They have to think they're messiahs. Well, there are actually some people who claim, I hadn't seen anything in the news about it in a while, who claim they've already found the Jewish Messiah, that they're just not the right time to bring him out. And there's even a name and a picture. But the problem is,
There are going to be a lot of those.
yeah, but the problem is he just looks like a regular Hasidic Jew. You know what I mean? In the sense of black hat, he's got the curlies, the beard, the glasses.
That wouldn't have been him.
Not particularly handsome, no offense. I mean, maybe a handsome for a Jew, you know. I mean in the sense of like the curlies, you know, they typically don't care, you know, I'm just saying.
The way that they portray the Jewish black suit, black hat, or the little thing with the mustache and the long beards, and they talk about Jesus portraits and from the 15 1600s and the way he looks now, people's perception of him. I just don't. I'm just going to tell you that he's not a little frail fellow with a beard and mustache with a lamb sitting on his lap.
I mean, he's probably pretty
He's
pretty,
jacked up. Baby.
I mean, he was a carpenter, or some people say even like
He
more
was
than a
definitely a
carpenter,
carpenter.
more than a carpenter tradesman. In the fact that he did even more than carpenter. So he was probably pretty. I wouldn't want to arm wrestle Jesus.
There wasn't a lot of excess fat.
Well, no, I mean that doesn't mean he was like 6'5" or.
And he was in the synagogue a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
He liked to have a little banter like me and you do with those
Yes.
folks that thought they knew a little bit.
Yeah.
So and you got RFK doing what I bet you like about cutting 500 million out from these dead-gum vaccinations.
Yeah, I think that's a great thing because I think it's inherently poisonous. I think the too many vaccines too close together. I'm not going to sit here and say it's causing autism, but sure seems like there's a correlation between all these mental disorders and vaccines.
I have now added one more vaccine to there's 17 vaccines now across the world that people are using for specific diseases. Not to have cancer. Polio vaccine and that.
See, so when I hear about that kind of stuff, it makes me wonder, because I think, okay, well, I don't want to pump my kid full of vaccines, but like I've seen studies that say something, for example, whatever RSV vaccine also, actually reduces your chances of getting dementia by 29%, just as an effect. And it's like, well, that sounds great, because dementia sounds terrifying, but I don't want an RSV vaccine, and I don't want a vaccine. Or like, hey, get this cancer vaccine and you won't get cancer. Well, that sounds great, but is it just poison? So what do you think about that? Those kinds of things.
I do not like vaccines as a preemptive or preventative
Okay.
medicine. So I don't like them anyway, period, because what you're doing is you're shooting live virus in the dadgum body that's poison. Again.
Well, I think it's also just the other ingredients that's poison, and I think specifically the thing that RFK Jr. was banning was, I can't think of the name.
Mercury was in one vaccine that they found like 4 years after. It's like, how do they miss that on?
Well, but they know what they're doing.
They didn't miss it.
No.
They didn't care.
Well, you start looking into the placebos and the safety trials with all these children vaccines, and you're like, what? There's not actually a whole lot of. RFK's been blowing the whistle on it for a long time.
People do not realize what vaccinations have done to the thyroid and overall reproductive health of our young women. PCOS and endometriosis is at an all-time high, and people are struggling trying to have kids. And
clean up your diet, fix your hormones.
It's all those 18 to 30-year-olds that have been living in that vaccine diet era that
and birth control
are struggling. Birth control.
Not hating.
Yeah, I mean we had a question on that the other night, but boy, we're having a good audience on X and for night.
Yeah.
I can't seem to. I had a rough day yesterday, but I was telling them all about it. I looked up, and of course it's I'm trying to keep it to an hour, and it's an hour and 30 minutes. I'm like, okay, well, let me close.
I know I got on last night because it's so easy for me to get on X. Because heck, I hate to say this, Phee, but all your views on X are me.
That's good.
No, I'm just teasing. But I do get on X because it's so much quicker to load on X than YouTube. And
just wait till we go live on all of our platforms at all the times and have our Spotify.
Only two we're missing is Facebook and TikTok. Now, granted, eventually we'll get a Rumble and a Gab and all those other alternative sites, because eventually we'll be catching heat.
Well, we've got over 100 videos right now that we need to put up at least 50 to 60 of them on Spotify just for people to hear them. So you just don't have enough hours in the day.
No,
people are knowing right now you're making about 35 cents an hour because you're working 24 hours a day. So. That's why you put them on salary, folks.
Well,
you just ride them like a rented
But the thing
deal.
is, it's like I almost think, let me take a break from the shows for a bit because I got some real work I got to get done around here.
Well,
I can't, but
just think last night how much time you spent with your wife and children when you were thinking, what am I going to do to make this website first class?
Well, my wife kept back. Why are you pacing around? Why you keep chopping the air? I'm like, I'm thinking. I'm serious. Like, I guess I was, in my head just thinking. She's like, what are you doing? Like, don't worry. Leave me alone. Don't worry about it. Which, of course, prompts her, what are you doing? Why are you acting weird? And it's like, I'm just trying to think. Woman. But, you know how it goes.
I know. Well, I think you're a wonderful father and a wonderful husband.
Oh, well.
And I appreciate you thinking about Phee when you're at home with them.
Well,
so thank you so much for the opportunity.
The problem is I think I'm not thinking about you when I'm here.
Well,
no, I'm just teasing.
That in itself. I've been telling people for I guess a week now how important our National Guard is.
Okay.
During this unrest that we're having civilly, and how they're going to take a big role with our first responders. And today it looks like the National Guard takes new role aiding immigration operations in GOP states. So right along with the old Phee, he just keeps on telling the truth, and we just keep on rocking and rolling.
Right.
Because it didn't take long until now they started talking about what role the National Guard. You just don't know when you take people that are protecting their own land and protecting their own families, their wives, children, parents, you just don't know how great the National Guard is. We win, and a large portion is because of Americans that are in the National Guard that are actually going to be fighting on their own land, protecting their own property with their families.
Well, but I think in part, a problem we're going to face in the future is if they ever decide to offer citizenship to immigrants, from South America in exchange for military service, well then you have a wing of the military or a portion of the military that is not loyal to the American people per se, right?
Well, you already have some of that.
I mean, you do, but I mean, can you see what I'm saying? Like how it could go that way?
I don't think I don't think we're going to be around that long.
Okay.
For us
but that's where
it parcel out. How you can take this, and we'll help you with this military stuff. I get that though. I mean, that's right in your alley as far as underneath the surface that would.
Well, because the globalists would want. It's like a UN force. It's like just a multi-ethnic, multicultural force that is not tied to any particular. They don't care about the American people. They don't care about the whatever. There might be an American or two in there, right? But
their loyalty will be those United Nations
or whoever the governing body is of the whatever.
Yeah.
Spooky times coming.
Well, you got the whole world, but they're not going to have a problem with our National Guard and our first responders. But yes, United Nations, they're going to have their own forces.
Well, they already do. They already do, I guess.
Yeah, they do, but very slow. They're always complaining they don't have enough.
Yeah, I mean, who would want to join?
They call them Peace Corps. They call them that.
It's kind of cool, but don't they wear blue helmets also? Because in my mind, it's like if they're actually going to like send these guys out to keep the peace. I mean, maybe they probably don't have to wear blue helmets when they're actually fighting. That's silly. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like
what would you care if they wore yellow helmets?
Well, I mean, I'd want to wear a helmet.
I thought you had the Blue Beam, Operation Blue Beam. I thought you'd like the blue helmets.
Well, no, I mean, I'm just saying that just would stick out too much. Like if you're trying to hide in a bush and I'm just looking, I mean, I see 17
you want
blue.
The camo helmet.
Well, if but I mean, it'd be kind of cool to join like the UN Peace Corps and go on adventures and stuff. But at the same time, if it's so piddly and they just get their butts kicked all the time, which I guess if they did, we'd hear about it. I don't know, it might be a cool adventure. I don't know.
Somebody's grandmother was in the Peace Corps, United Nations Peace Corps, like in 1950s or something. I felt that interesting.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. It was one of my friends.
Oh, okay.
But I think that when I was younger. But yeah, his grandmother spent like a year.
Interesting.
In the Peace Corps around, and she was like 60 or 65 or 70.
Something like that would be fun.
Yeah, it's something I thought you might be interested in doing.
Well, it's too late now. I'm still young and spry enough, but I'm got that old ball and chain. old ball and chain. What?
Well, I don't think you're no ball and chain.
Well, I'm not the ball and chain. I got a ball and chain. I got 4 ball and chains.
She's a beautiful ball and chain. I can tell you that. So that's something that if you're going to be hung up on a chain, she may as well be the one.
Yeah.
So
I suppose.
I like that fact. What do you think about old Putin and Witkoff squaring off a couple of days before the sanctions kick in?
Couldn't tell you. I don't know what happened with that. Tell me, enlighten me.
I mean, there's nothing happening new except they're meeting. They got an envoy that's meeting over there.
So. Oh, so when you said they squared off, I was thinking like,
well, they're squaring off right now. So they're having useful talks. What you want me to tell you when it comes to the sanctions?
Well, I thought you meant they was already in the middle of the talks and they was just having like actually squaring up, going at it. And I'm like, well, okay, cool. Like. Rhetoric, with words, not fighting. But I was like, well, okay.
Well, I mean, they spent several hours at the Kremlin yesterday, and the meeting's over. What happened? Who knows?
Well, they're probably having tea and just chit-chatting.
Or they played chess.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. I mean, Witkoff sounds like a chess player, and he's from America.
Yeah.
Yeah. Putin's the one that doesn't sound like a chess player.
But you know he is.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah. I beat him 3 times last week.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Yeah, me and Putin.
And Bigfoot.
And Bigfoot. I talked about Bigfoot last night.
What'd you say about old
I
Bigfoot?
just said that, Mark's convinced me now that there is a possibility
I'm telling you there
that,
is.
that Bigfoot somewhere is up in the devil's den.
Well, I mean, I think the Bigfoot exists all over the place, but you
Several
just,
Bigfoots over there. Nobody can ever see them. But yet I saw video
people
footage of 3 of them.
people have seen them and heard them, and the point being is that
And recorded them.
and recording. The point being is that
What do you think people think about that? You think they think, hey, let's stage this. Let's put a dude in an outfit and take video of him and make it look like it's Bigfoot. You think people actually do that?
some people do. Yeah, no, I think some of them
They orchestrate it.
Yeah, some people do just for fun and because they know it'll go viral, this and that, and they want the attention. So not everything's authentic, but I
Okay.
think there exists authentic voice recordings, authentic things, and like I said, they happen a lot.
Well, your experience with Bigfoot was real.
Yeah, but it was just like I said, just 1 or 2 whoops. So I mean,
You don't think that could have been a hurt owl?
no, I don't know. I've been out there when I've heard an owl. I mean, I've been camping a lot, so I know what an owl sounds like. I know the forest. I know the forest.
You know the sounds of the forest.
Yeah, I know typical sounds, and I mean, I've heard a mountain lion before, not out there camping, but just in general before out in the woods, and so I knew it wasn't that. I mean, it just sounded like a whoop, unless there's just a crazy person whooping around in the middle of the night.
No, if you would have heard yourself doing
6 or 7 miles, 8, I don't know, maybe 10 miles deep into the forest.
10 miles deep into the forest.
The trail's like 15, 16 miles or whatever, so it's like, I don't know.
He was halfway in when Bigfoot decided to come.
So at that
crash his
point, though,
car.
like in a lot of these stories I listen to that involve Bigfoot, they'll just get up and go, run back to
That's
the
what
vehicle.
I would have done.
But the
I
thing
wouldn't have
is,
waited for the second time.
But the thing is, it's like in those stories, they're getting rocks thrown at them, they're hearing something, they're smelling something, that kind of thing. Now, if I would have experienced any of that, yeah, I'm getting up and going. But it would have been a 8 to 10 mile hike back through the woods in the middle of the night. I don't know if I would have wanted to
In
do
my
that.
younger day, I
don't
probably
know.
would have set a record for that 8
Well,
miles.
you'd be surprised.
I would have been running.
My dog wouldn't have been able to make it. I would have just left her with Bigfoot.
Yeah, that's I told you about my campus story with my freshman year in college.
Yeah, you did.
It didn't take much long to.
Oh, I'm embarrassed.
Oh my goodness.
Just checking the socials, making
I'll tell you, it's unbelievable.
checking our tune.
He always checks the phone because he wants to see the chats on all the different platforms, and we can only see one here. So he's constantly seeing because he wants questions from our loyal audience, and so.
Well, I just like people tuning in. I like talking to our folks. So
Well,
that's
I'll
all.
tell
it
you
is.
something that's really cool.
Tell me.
We've got a private space station now that looks like a luxurious hotel. I don't know how comfy it could be for the astronauts in the space station. So there's another step in the wrong direction.
Okay, what are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, they have now have a privately funded space station in state, and when you look at the dadgum internal pictures, you could pull it up and put it on our screen at some point in the future. You might do that at noon today.
Maybe.
But it looks very, very nice in there.
Interesting.
It's like a 5-star hotel.
Oh, okay.
They
Would
didn't
you,
have the king-size bed with the jacuzzi tub,
right.
but it's close.
Well, would you stay in it?
When I was younger, I would have done about anything and everything. The older I get, the more heights seem to bother me.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them either.
I mean, I don't understand. When I was a kid, I'd just go to the edge of the cliff and take a picture. Now I'm like telling my kids, get 7 feet from it in case you fall and you 6 foot tall, you still on the dadgum cliff.
I agree.
So heights bother me as I get older. I was on every dadgum roller coaster. I love them. I love all kinds of free falling and stuff. So I don't know why, but I was at Honolulu Hilton, and I was on like the 78th floor. Walked out on that balcony, and I felt very uncomfortable looking at those cars and stuff, just looking straight down, and they were like ants, and I thought, I'm a long ways up here.
Yeah.
And And then I had a close in Dallas, and I was like on the 80th floor, and they had a star in the building of glass. So you were walking, and you could look on the ground.
Yeah.
And so
I don't know if I'd like
I don't
that.
like standing on that. I didn't
Yeah.
feel comfortable there, and I know you're not supposed to be falling through. But on the Empire State Building, I've been up there several times, and that never bothered me because you
Yeah.
had the rail and then you had the glass see through.
Yeah.
So that didn't bother me. But I just find myself, the older I get, the less I really enjoy heights.
It's kind of how I am too. Well, I mean, with anything like thrill seeking, like the older I get, the more I'm like, or you always have the people who are like, hey, do this stupid thing, and it's like, no thanks, I'm not doing that. The older I get, the more worse I am with it. Hey, Jerry, our most loyal follower, Mark, what's your favorite drink to drink while camping? Banquet. So there you are, Jerry. And you know what? You said you were talking about our loyal followers, and there Jerry is. So, Jerry, do you like to go camping, man? Are you an outdoors man yourself? I can't imagine you're not. Was Jerry from Florida? People from Florida probably.
How you know he's from Florida?
I don't know. I may remember Joe saying that when we first went live.
I think that's CMG McKinley.
Okay, I have no idea, but I just like being outdoors, man, hanging out,
Jerry
sitting on a
lives
fire.
around the corner from you.
Jerry, it'd be wild. Like, if
He's the butcher down at your local deli.
wouldn't that be wild? Like, actually, yeah, I'm your next door neighbor. I just didn't want to tell you.
Jerry, I want you to know that
Thank you, sir.
You are our top fan, and as soon as we get all of our merchandise, we're going to send you one of everything. From the Phee Smee dadgum coffee cup to the nightgown, baby.
I want a night.
I guarantee you everybody's going to want a nightgown.
Interesting.
You ain't scared of that?
No, sir. Well, me, I'm not going to wear it.
No, you sleep naked.
No, I don't want to talk about that. That's immodest. I'm a modest man.
No, I was
Don't
just
camp a lot, but drink them banquet. Yes, sir. Come on now.
I don't even.
Tallahassee.
Hey,
See,
he is from Tallahassee.
See, I don't know how I knew
You
that.
were right.
I just
were
remember
right.
things like someone just said. I don't know
Well,
how.
I had two of them. I narrowed it down to two.
But I don't know how someone else knew that told me. I just remember.
Banquet.
You just got to know, man. If you know, you know.
Well, explain.
Well, there's nothing to explain.
I don't know.
Well, there's nothing to explain. It's just a good drink.
Oh, a good banquet.
Yes. Now I could go for a good, actual banquet.
Is that kind of like a buffet? Could have a buffet of camping would be a banquet?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you could have a feast while you're camping.
Well, no one does feasts anymore.
I would like to do a feast.
I mean, I want a real, a real feast.
Like a duck and a goat and a
Well, no, I mean
beef
with
and chicken and
with a big old giant table, just food over on the whole thing.
Yeah, but what would the food be? Is my point.
Well, I don't know,
If
big old
we had
giant
a big old
turkey,
giant table with
turkey, a
McDonald's
pig.
on it,
Well, McDonald's. Well, I'm not Donald Trump. I'm not feeding the NFL players McDonald's.
I don't blame you.
But just a bunch of meat, mashed potatoes, all that brown gravy.
Man, I miss mashed potatoes. I love mashed potatoes.
Why can't you eat mashed potatoes?
I don't eat a lot of it, but I do
Center.
eat some. I eat them about twice a month. I love mashed potatoes. My mother and grandmother used to make the best mashed potatoes. My ex-wife made
Doubtful.
great mashed potatoes. So I love them, but I don't eat a lot of them anymore. And tomatoes, I love that. Those are two things I really miss.
Yeah, I've just recently gotten into tomatoes.
Tomatoes would have been my favorite fruit growing up. I mean, I probably ate more
the
tomatoes.
older I get, the more refined my taste. Say it's 2 months ago, I've been like, nah, yucky tomato, get it off my burger. But now I've been starting with those little cherry tomatoes. I'll cut them, slice them, put some salt, some table salt, the poison.
Very good.
And then
Your table salt's pathetic that you would still be doing that after me telling you not
well,
to
my
do
wife
it.
just buys the table salt.
Buy the dadgum pink Himalayan salt. Not a hard
remember to
concept.
tell her. I never remember to tell her. Hey, Phee, where's Tallahassee? Is that the
Tallahassee's
capital of Florida?
Yes, it is. The
Okay.
capital, and it is in the north central. It would be close to the Panama City.
Oh, okay, so
Pensacola.
close to the beach. Man, I love the beach.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, I love the beach.
It's in the panhandle of.
I wish we lived on the beach. I wish the night was with Phee was literally because we lived in some Floridian beach town, and I was coming over in the evenings, and we setting up on your backyard that just happened to be on the beach with the little tiki torches, and and it was just
That's going to happen. I mean,
live from Fee's Beach House.
We're going to have us a beach place. There's not but a couple of things we're going to own, but that's one of them because we want to do a lot of shows there. But I mean, I love the beach. I just love it.
Yeah. Now you get kind of nervous about it, but
I don't get nervous.
well, just the ocean.
I like the ocean, but
Well, I mean, water is just scary to me.
Well, if you don't know what's under it, there's a lot of stuff under.
Well, I mean, I like to swim, but like I don't like my feet touching. When I was a kid, it didn't bother me. But the older I got, for some reason, like I don't like to go out in the ocean unless I got like little shoes on. Because I don't like stepping on things that are crawling around. Heck, any kind of pond or lake or anything.
Number one
Creek.
reason for me to rate beaches and oceans is basically the floor of the ocean. If it's got a bunch of rocks stuffing my toes or a bunch of black volcanic rock, I don't like it. I had that with the Virgin Islands. I mean, I love every of those islands in the Caribbean, but there's one of them. Well, I said I'll never go back to it. I spent a week there, and they 200 yards of sand, and when you got into the ocean, you had rocks and you couldn't see. You're stubbing your toe and cutting your foot. And
Sure.
It's not a fun, enjoyable. It's like the old wash rock concrete I didn't like as a kid.
Oh yeah.
So I like beaches that are pretty sand, and I like to get in the water and have sand bottom. Not rock bottom or volcanic bottom.
I agree. Well, you're going to be taking some trips to Florida soon.
Yeah, but the dadgum places I'm going aren't
To the Phee Smee Network convention
Yeah.
coming up.
Well, I've been to a lot of conventions in Florida and Vegas.
So all our listeners out there, Fee's going to Florida, and we're having the convention.
One of these days we will have us a Phee Smee
Meetup?
The Phee Birds will have a Phee Bird convention.
Okay, yeah.
And we'll have us a good time.
Yeah, we will. I mean, all the loyal followers will meet up.
They will. We will put on a show.
They do that with InfoWars sometimes. Like Alex Jones will be like, "We're going to whatever park in Austin. Come on, everybody out there!" And it's just videos of everyone just having a good time, and then people in the water hugging Alex Jones, and but whatever.
That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
We'll have us some dadgum followers as far as that's concerned. What else you got going on, Mark, since you're well versed with the comfy space station?
I'm well versed.
Yes. You didn't know the comfy space station?
No, I had no idea
even
about
existed.
it. I'm kind of iffy on like all the space station kind of propaganda. But I'm not going to sit here and say I don't think it exists because
It exists.
satellites exist in low Earth orbit,
Yep.
probably. But
Apple's next gen hardware plans, including M5 Max, a foldable iPhone.
Okay.
Going back, remember those
yes,
razors?
Yes.
And the Apple Watch Ultra 3.
Okay.
I don't know that if you're familiar, but I wear a Fitbit.
Okay.
And for my steps. But these Apple Watches now are the very first step of what you can do as far as seeing from a cellular level anything and everything that you have, if you have any problems or that you're susceptible to any type of genetic diseases.
Yes.
But it's also just another tracking device.
Oh yeah. Well, not only that, but it's like
It's biometric.
they can essentially figure at some point it's going to be used as a form of control because they're tracking everything about you in the sense of they can predictive programming over you based upon your biological data.
There ain't no question.
Biometric data.
That phone's been doing that for 15
Well, and
years.
so, again, you get into the deception. Oh, well, I don't know. This is very interesting. Don't know if any of your viewers saw this or if you saw this, but Jim Acosta, you remember him from CNN, had an interview with a student that was killed in the, I think it was Florida, the Parkland shooting, high school shooting, I think it's Parkland or whatever. Some high school shooting, right, had a interview with one of the students that was killed. Obviously, you're like, oh, what? How? Because his parents signed off to allow him to be digitally recreated, so the son could give an interview about gun violence. But that's what I'm saying. They collect all this biometric data, this and that. They got you already, man. They got us all.
I know that.
They got us all.
I know that.
Mm-mm.
But don't you think that's really from a grieving standpoint?
Yeah, in a sense, but I think it's just going to lead people down terrible, bad rabbit holes, never being able to move on.
Yep.
I mean, I think that's in a sense why even like pictures are a trap. Now, pictures are good to reminisce, but then it's like you never allow yourself to truly move on. Now, Well, tons of people do, but I don't know. I'm just one of those guys to just.
You don't even watch the shows. You don't. So you don't look a lot. You don't look at a lot of pictures, do you?
No.
Yeah.
I don't like to think about the past.
Well, most people like to reminisce, reflect,
No, I do.
look at the past. Let's say if they get together on Christmas or something, they might used to watch old videos of the family.
Sure,
That used to be a big deal. Now I don't know if anybody does that anymore.
Well, my uncle every Christmas is showing.
Nobody cares except
Well,
him, right?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's always interesting to watch.
You know, if you're not in those videos,
then you don't care.
then basically,
Well, you say that, but it is fun to see the people who are dead. For
I
half a second, even if it's just the camera panning by them.
yep,
You know what I mean?
I still enjoyed the video.
Yeah, but the thing is, I remember living that experience, so I don't need to watch it.
Well, you didn't live the experience of your great grandfather in 1960 when they were taking the picture.
Well, no, but
of it.
the specific video in which is always played, I did live that one.
Okay, well.
That's the only reason I say that.
Well, I was 11 years younger than my brother, so his Christmas videos when he was 5 and 6.
Yeah, it must be
I wasn't anywhere around.
interesting
But I
to you.
enjoy seeing my mother,
Well, yeah.
my father, my grandmother, even my grandfather was alive. I get to see him on
That
video.
must be interesting.
So I enjoyed watching it. But I get a kick that if there's 4 kids in a room and they've got to sit and watch home videos on Christmas and they're not in them,
They don't care.
and look at your daddy at 30. Hey, look at your mom at 26.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sitting there going, why aren't we outside playing?
Yeah.
Is what they're doing. But if it's important to you, then you'll watch it. And
Yeah,
if not,
I agree.
normally-
But I think
and
AI.
30 minutes is about good. You don't need to watch it 6 hours.
No, but I think AI will be a problem in that regard. But I mean, it's just going to be used as a tool of control, even to the point where they'll start getting you for wrong think. You know what I mean? Like, oh, his biometric data sensors indicate he's thinking something wrong.
Absolutely. That's coming.
Yeah, it's
They're
coming.
just moving you in that direction right now. But I don't think they're going to get all the way there. If they do, then this world's in serious trouble.
Well, I don't know, man. It just depends on how long
I mean,
it can
you
go on.
imagine? Look, you didn't watch the movie Minority Report with
Who
Tom
had?
Cruise?
No, is that where they'll get you for a future crime?
Yeah.
I know about it.
And they
I
had
know
the
about it.
three cognitive. Two of them were twins or something. But anyway,
Oh
the
yeah,
people
well,
that-
yeah. But the premise is, hey, we know that you're going to commit a crime at 12 o'clock this afternoon, so
There
we're
you
arresting
go.
you now. But the thing is, it's like, well, how do you? Am I? But I think that is predictive programming for what's coming in the future.
well,
They'll take people off the streets preemptively. They will preemptively take you off the streets if you.
Well, how many times have I told you, Mark, that what these hackers are so far ahead of all of our software and stuff
yeah.
that they just move and act when they want to.
Yeah.
So now I'll read this to you. It says, shocking security breach of 16 billion logins includes Apple IDs.
Okay.
That's 16 billion logins with Apple IDs.
I'm going to go find yours, Phee.
Well, everybody got fees. My goodness gracious.
Yeah.
I get letters every month. You are now into a serious security breach. So these folks they trying to find out what the Phee bird knows. So
Well, what does the Phee bird know?
they're
tune into the podcast
They're
and you'll find
tuning
out.
into the old Phee Smee network and find
Well, they
out.
must not have very many agents on you, or else we'd have a lot more views. I'm just
I wonder if
teasing.
they count.
I don't.
Yeah, but I mean, 16 billion again. If they're using this B word a lot, sooner or later they can start using the T word,
Yeah.
the trees.
Yeah.
I like that the United States government spends $886 billion a year on security because we're going to need it. And China and all the rest of them, they're spending $400 billion.
Well, but you'd think though, if we were spending that much, would actually have like I don't know underground bunkers for all of the citizens of America, something actually useful, tangible.
There's whole cities underneath there.
Yeah, but they're not for us. Like they're not for us.
well, no, you
But,
didn't,
other
you didn't
countries-
make the cut.
No, but other countries build them for their citizens.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, like Switzerland and like Russia.
Who cares about Switzerland?
I do.
I like
I
Swiss
do.
watches, huh?
No, I just like Switzerland.
You've never been to Switzerland?
No, but I like to imagine
You like
having
the
a
Swiss
cabin
Alps?
in the Swiss Alps. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
that's where I want to go and just chill.
My mother used to have the Swiss Miss hot chocolate packages with instant hot chocolate.
Oh yeah,
And it's with the water. And every time I looked at the packages, it was always, the cottage in Switzerland in the snow.
Yeah,
Why
sounds
is
great.
that? Because we're mentally conditioned as like young kids to think Switzerland, the snow, and the
Right.
Swiss Alps. Just sounds good. It's almost like saying, you're going to Colorado, what part? If you want to say Aspen,
yeah.
you don't want to say, Colorado Springs or Steamboat.
Yeah.
You want to say Aspen. And that's the same way over the Swiss Alps. Where y'all vacation this year? Oh, we're in the Swiss Alps.
Yeah. Isn't that something?
Yeah. Where you vacation this year? We're in the Greek Isles.
But I wouldn't mind going. I just want to take a boat though.
You wouldn't take a boat over there?
No, I mean it'd probably be way too expensive, but I'd rather.
I don't know how more expensive it'd be than a plane.
I have no
but it'd
idea.
certainly be longer.
Yeah.
Nebraska's would be longer. I just think you probably. I really think you would have loved to have been a pirate. I can see you on a ship with a pirate.
Fun, yeah. I mean,
Peg leg.
I don't know about peg leg or
I-
scurvy or syphilis, but I'd be having fun just hanging out with the boys, doing a little pirate activity, stealing a little shipment here or there.
I don't think there's any question that you would definitely be pillaging.
Well, but I don't know though. If I was a Christian though, like, what if I was just a Baptist in the 1700s? I'd be like, well, it's probably pretty. I'd be thinking it's probably morally wrong to go buy a boat and go taking shipments right now of the old idiot Chinese merchants, right? So like give me all these trinkets, fools. Easy pickings. But I'd be probably have the same mindset of, well, these little merchants, easy pickings, but that's morally wrong. I don't know. Or maybe I'd be a scumbag if I was alive back then. I don't know. I would certainly be doing something adventure-y.
Yes, you
So I
would
might
do
be
that.
going to fight the pirates, or I might just be like an explorer, set out on a boat that never comes back, and just die of scurvy, get cannibalized by my crewmates. So, how many?
I have a feeling that you would be a leader among pirates.
You say that till they mutiny and eat me,
They were.
throw me overboard.
Of course, my favorite pirate's is always the one with the parrot. I had a parrot when I was younger,
Okay, yeah.
and I still.
Well, but you're
think
talking about the movie Pirates.
I still think my brother killed my parrot, but
Probably. You're talking the movie
I
Pirates.
found him in the bathroom, toilet, drowned.
Oh, well.
It was very traumatic for me.
I can imagine. I don't know how he ended up in the toilet.
I got a feeling that we went on vacation or something. He was thirsty, but either that or my brother. My brother was always eliminating a lot of my things that I liked. He wasn't real friendly to me when he was 16. I was 5, wrestling me around, and he had pinchers for toenails. So when we slept together, he would pinch me with those toes. He had his first toe was much longer than his big toe, and
Yeah.
he could use them to pinch.
Okay.
And so, and then I didn't cut my toenails ever. So I would just, I was like razor blades, 5 of them. So I'd be sleeping all of a sudden, and it'd be get a pinch because I scratched him in my sleep with he was very mean to me at some point.
Okay.
But he stole my pennies too. I got a penny in my pocket, and I'm going to the store. A penny in my pocket, and he stole all my pennies. And that was the my kindergarten, whatever graduation. You sing a penny in your pocket, and you pull out the penny. My daddy put 10 pennies in my pocket. My brother stole all 10 of them.
Pitiful.
I started crying, and he back in the back laughing. It was very embarrassing, traumatic for me as a kindergartner. Of course, I wasn't but 30, so it didn't matter. Everybody else was 7.
Yeah.
They start those kindergartners late, except me.
Cry, baby.
I definitely was a crybaby. I still cry a lot, Mark. I haven't seen you cry lately.
I don't ever cry.
I know that's my point. You make fun of me all the time for
Because
crying.
I'm just don't think I just don't want to cry. If I was going to cry, I would not do it in front of another person. That's all it is.
Well, I get it, but I think Donald Trump should be crying because he just took on the.
He would look way too weak.
He took on the chair Donald Trump, President of the United States, just said, I'll be the chair of the Los Angeles Olympics.
Okay.
So, and by the way, our military will have a new role. So they're worried about these Los Angeles Olympics in 2028.
Interesting. Okay.
It'd be fun to see if that actually takes place. But they're going to certainly build back all these fires in California with these 15-minute cities.
Oh, yeah.
These rentals.
Uh-huh.
In order to get ready for those, we got to get this done for these Olympic Games. You know, isn't that kind of convenient that all that before the 4 years before the Olympics, they're going to be here, that they wipe out a whole area.
Well, yeah, you see that a lot, like with
And they didn't have water there, by the way.
No, but like if you look at like a lot of these fires that always tear stuff down, it's like you can find plans for large scale construction beforehand, and then it's like leads you, like you said, oh, how convenient that they have a planned railway system in place to where all these fires happen, and people have to sell their land and homes for dirt cheap and get out of there. Oh, convenient.
I mean, they're having wildfires in California now. People just aren't talking about it.
Oh, well, yeah. It just at this point it's laughable because, well, in part because it's due to poor management. In part, that's why it's always so bad. But I think they do perpetuate these things in order to move people off land they want. Same thing probably with in Hawaii. Those fires, they used energy weapons, directed energy weapons to burn Hawaii.
Man.
Come on, you remember hearing about that?
Yeah, I can. I mean,
Jewish space lasers.
you've read.
That was just a conspiracy. It's a joke.
You've read what Mao did in China, or Stalin did in Russia, as far as these communist leaders.
Uh-huh.
So that's what they're trying to go to with these 15-minute cities and preparing. But in the end, the dictators, once they're in power, all this utopia that's supposed to happen of everything's great and everybody loves one another just doesn't seem to work.
Well, because I don't think you can. I guess it's the communist goal, which I think is rooted in values that are Jewish, because I think they, in a sense, think their role is to make heaven on earth, right? I mean, because you even say here, I don't know what sect, but some more secular Jews even attribute the law and say, well, the whole point of the law and Jewishness is to bring about heaven on earth or bring about hell on earth. You either live in heaven on earth or hell on earth. But the point being is these, like you're saying, these communist dictators trying to bring back utopia, a heaven on earth, whatever that looks like, equality among all men or equal distribution of wealth. But you can't have heaven on earth if God's taken out of that. It's kind of like the whole, it goes back to the original problem in the Garden of Eden. They wanted the knowledge of good and evil without God.
The consequences.
Well, they wanted to take something that God was going to give them eventually in of themselves, right? Same thing you see with eternal life. Man is always seeking for immortality. Well, God offers you immortality, right? But we want immortality in of ourselves as opposed to what God offers us. This is the same.
Very good.
Well, but this is the same thing. We.
You explained that very well, though.
Okay, well, I've just thought about it. I mean, I've already lost the original thing what we're talking about. So if you'll remind me,
We're talking about Israel and heaven on earth.
Oh well, they seek to make heaven on earth, but it's God's heaven on earth is the one that's actually heaven on earth. Anything else is an inversion and leads to being cast out of the garden, death. Or being trapped eternally in a hell of your own creation, a digital hell, whatever, or communist utopia, which is hell, So
Interesting.
I don't know.
I believe that the Jewish culture, they're trying to usher in their Messiah. The Muslim religion is trying to usher in.
Well, they're waiting on their Mahdi.
So the Hindus. I mean,
I don't know what they got going on.
They're all
probably have 13,000 messiahs.
They're all waiting.
Yeah.
So
they're all waiting on somebody.
Some things, and the only way everybody's right, which is what the United Nations wants. The only way that all of them are just all religions lead to God.
Well, yeah.
You believe in yours, you believe in this one, you believe in that one,
And if you
it'll
do
all
it
come together.
faithfully and genuinely, then that's all that matters.
And that's an interfaith movement that's going to just deceive our country and this world like you won't believe.
And look for archaeological evidence that will not disprove, but make a lot of people realize most major religions were interpreted incorrectly. Which I wonder if that's going to take the alien angle or something else.
They're going to. It's going to be interesting how they shape, and I believe it's probably already started.
Yeah, I think so too.
They play the long game, so I keep looking for the signs of deception when it comes to what are they telling people. Because I'm expecting lots of pestilence, lots of biological weapons, lots of viruses. So I'm expecting them to come out with, hey, this is the United Nations says we've got a high alert for this virus, and that changes.
Well, I tell you, they had a high alert for monkeypox, right? Until they noticed it was mostly among gay men and little boys, and dogs, and then it got out of the news. Did you notice that? Monkeypox. Oh, no, actually, mostly just gay men and little boys are getting it. Oh, well, I stopped talking about it.
Yeah.
Don't you remember that?
Well, I remember something in Africa that had a new monkeypox, but I don't believe it's the same thing you're talking about.
Sure.
So
I'd be happy to share those articles if anyone requests them.
I bet you would. You ain't scared, are you?
No, because that was the point. They wanted to make a big hype about it until the news came out who was really getting it and how it was spreaded, because they were saying, well, it really just spread through sexual contact or, saliva, this and that, and then mostly gay men and children are catching it.
Well, on the opposite end of the spectrum is of the gay men and children, what do you think is the main reason that people stay married and are happily married for a long period of time when others can't stand each other after about 7 years?
Well, you're asking the wrong cat, because I haven't even been married 2 years. But, well, I don't know, because I often find myself pondering and wondering the same thing. Because, I think to myself, any like slight breakdown in communication or this or that with my wife, I'll think, if I let this go for 6 months, a year, where would that be? Where would we be then? But then at the same time, I identify those things, but don't know what to do about them. But in the same sense of what you're talking about, it's like, well, I don't know. I haven't had a 30-year happy marriage, so I don't know what would make a 30-year happy marriage. Because some people would say, oh, don't ever go to sleep mad.
Right.
Okay, but then it's like, okay, well, what does that really do for me day to day? I get it, I guess, but it's like, something you look back over 30 years worth and say, well, yeah, we didn't ever go to bed mad, and that really helped. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's like, what can I don't know. I don't have anything applicable other than
I'm just trying
rule
to
the household
where
with a
the
strong
young generation
hand.
is to when they look at a 75-year-old
I have
man
no
and
idea.
woman, and they've been married 50 years. What do you think? Because now half of you guys don't want to get married.
I know, because I think in part just because no one thinks it can last. No one, I don't know.
Well, you got a segment of women out there that don't care if it lasts. They just want to go from poor to normal, from normal to wealthy, and wealthy to elite. So they'll wait till the next one comes along.
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm waiting for my wife to dump me so she can pay me that alimony.
Well, that would be encouraging for you
I'm just
on
teasing.
that teacher salary that she has.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just teasing.
But no, I wonder, with your generation, you were making fun of me yesterday being a boomer. So I was just wondering, what looks to you like a happy marriage in today's society? And so
I don't have any idea, other than just the fact that they've been together that long. But then I know examples of people who've been together 50 years, but then come to find out, well, they actually hate each other. They're pretty both miserable, but they stay together because the family views them as an example to be like, and it would just crush everyone's hopes and dreams if these two people weren't together. You know what I'm saying? Because they're such a pillar of the family.
Wouldn't you hate to live that way?
Yeah. Now, I don't condone divorce in the
know,
slightest
that's
because,
that's my point.
God hates divorce. But at the same time,
Miserable years.
I would
50
either
years.
not live that way and just accept the fact that God hates divorce, and accept the implications. Because at the end of the day, I only have one life to live. Why live 50 years miserable? Regardless of what other people would think about that, right?
Right.
For all those
Just
people,
being honest. Go
well, I
ahead.
know, and like for all those people out there who say, "Well, my daddy left me," you're terrible, this and that. It's like, I get that, I understand that. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm just saying, I don't.
You're not the dude to stay with somebody for 50 years.
No, but I can't. I'm not at the same time going to fault a man for saying I'm not going to waste the rest of my life being miserable. I'm going to take the social implications of being the bad guy, but I'm going to the divorce. But I'm going to take
You
control.
think there's a stigma now with divorce? Like I'm a divorced man, like there used to be, or I'm a divorced woman.
I think a little bit. It depends on the circles, probably where you're at regionally, but I think it's a whole lot less of a stigma. Whole lot less of a stigma. Yeah.
So I just thought, for 30 years old and younger, divorce would be. It's so common now.
Yeah, it
it's
is
over
common.
50%.
Yeah, but
y'all would have grown up with folks, and they just get divorced. But when I was in the 70s, if somebody got divorced, it was kind of a stigma.
Sure.
Kind of like getting pregnant out of
Yeah, now it's just
out of wedlock.
now it's
Now
whatever.
just,
whatever.
Yeah, again, that's
Whatever.
society and culture. It's like I was talking the other day when my grandmother was like 16 or she was 17, and they were calling her an old maid.
Yeah, well, or heck, my grandma told me that her grandpa told her that when he saw his to-be wife for the first time, my grandmother's grandma, she stepped out of the wagon or whatever, and her, I guess, dress came up and showed her ankle, and said that he told her that,
That turned him on.
well, I doubt he used those terms, but could barely contain himself. But just the idea that the sight of a woman's ankle could have that. You don't have to be nasty, but I'm being serious.
nasty.
I'm being serious. The thought that a woman's ankle could have that effect on you is wild, because now we're so desensitized to, I don't know, you accidentally see 13 naked women every time you get on social media, and it's just not even a thought, in the sense of it has no effect. I'm numb to it. You just keep scrolling. But the idea that looking at my wife's ankle could just drive me crazy.
Can you
awesome.
imagine an Amish dude going in town to the general store and somebody leaving his cell phone in the bathroom and him looking up and seeing what's going, all these naked women and stuff that you just scroll by and never even think about?
I don't know.
What he would be thinking the world.
Well, he'd probably be thinking, Lord Jesus, you better be coming back right now, because I found hell on earth. I mean, it is.
It is a
Demonic succubuses.
It is a complete, wide, long, deep spectrum of different emotions and different cultures and beliefs.
Well, I mean, like, women want respect, and I'm not hating on nobody, but women want respect and call men sexist, but then they sell their body online for the price of a cheeseburger and then demand respect from men.
Yeah, but the women that aren't selling their body online for a cheeseburger would be the ones that say, "Don't lump us into that same category."
Well, I'm not lumping all women, but I'm just saying it's also the mental gymnastics some of these people do to justify just making porn. Right? It's just silly to me. I mean, but I think it's a net negative in society how easy it is for women to have access to these types of things. I mean,
Hey, the feminists have changed women's view of
well,
men.
since the sexual revolution,
Yes.
married couples are having less and less sex.
I tell you, married couples are masturbating more than single
Well,
couples.
but I think in part it's because as all these things have become less taboo, now that all these things are out in the open to the public, I don't know. It's just it is ruining marriages, relationships. I don't know. It's a net negative.
Well, you the more you see, and the more exposure you have to different types of roles.
Debauchery.
Yeah, I mean, the more you get it, the less it means to you. When your great grandfather saw your great grandmother's ankle, that triggered something in her. Now you scroll by 30 naked women just on a deadgum place, and
That was an
don't even
example.
think anything about it.
An example. Well, yeah, because we're just desensitized. It means nothing.
So
It means nothing.
There's
Which is
the difference, what they've done.
But what are the implications of that?
there you go.
Not only personally, but just
From a cultural standpoint. Society.
Yeah. No one thinks about those.
Well, they play the long game.
Well, yeah.
They move it so slowly, like 1.32 milliseconds. They just keep moving it that way, and before long, have you ever been on a ship or a boat and not put down the anchor and just drifted? If you get busy doing something, you don't know how far you drifted. You're not paying attention. You're not aware. You can be. I mean, my father and I used to go crappie fishing. And if it was windy, and we'd go out in the middle of the lake and throw the cast out, and by the time we caught the fish, we were already blown. The wind had blown us right back. We'd start the motor and go back out to the middle of the lake.
Yeah.
But that being able to flow like that allowed us to catch a lot of fish.
Yeah. I'm going to go fishing this weekend, I think.
Congratulations.
I'm excited.
You going to go artificial bait?
No, I might get some worms or minnows, or I might buy a few artificial baits, like a few jigs, like a little rooster tail or something. I mean, not anything serious. I'm just taking my little boy out there doing a little fishing. He'd never been fishing, so I'm gonna go.
Where are you going to go? Are you going to go
I
to
don't
a
know
lake
yet.
or a stream?
I don't know. I'm more comfortable fishing in streams and stuff.
Are you?
But we live close to
Couple lakes.
a couple of lakes, so I mean, I might do something like that. I don't know yet. I don't know.
Well, I'm just not. Out's good.
Yeah. I'm not as comfortable fishing off a dock at a lake. I'm not saying I can't catch nothing. I've just never done it.
Do you like to wade out in the stream when you fish, or you like to stay on the bank?
I like to stay on the bank. Now, if I got like Crocs on and I'm in my shorts and it's summer, heck, I'll wade out there. I'll just stand in the middle of the stream and just hit my favorite little holes. Because sometimes the streams are literally just this deep.
Yeah.
But you can catch those sun perch
fish.
like fire. Those little sun perch. Yeah. Like this.
Good eating,
Sometimes,
too.
yeah, you catch a big one sometimes. Sometimes you'll catch. I've caught 10 small ones and just made a feast of them out camping by myself on a little stream. Love it. Now I hate descaling and sitting there, cutting them all up. I hate that part.
Oh,
but
that's the size of sardines. You wouldn't want to do that.
well, no. But the point being is, I'm just more comfortable in a stream. But we'll see how it goes.
I fished them both. I fished streams and I was trout fishing one time. Arkansas's got some of the best trout fishing in the world.
I've never been trout fishing.
Well,
I'm a terrible
I was on
fisherman.
the White River and trout fishing. And the water was so clear, and the bait. I had so many trout, and my bait and my hook was right in front of them, and they was just staring at it about that 2 inches away from it, and they never would bite it. And so I was looking at them, and there's like 4 trout, and they're all around my.
And because they're too smart, aren't
And
they?
they're just looking at it and thinking, there's a hook in that rascal.
Man, but I like it. But so you like fishing, Phee, huh?
My father was a tremendous, a great fisherman. No, I was not, but he had a lot of patience with me fishing, and he didn't have any patience at all, so I remember that. But yeah, I love to fish. I'm just not very good at it.
Yeah, me either, but maybe we'll go out sometime.
I've taken my kids fishing, and almost every time that I take them fishing, it's a disaster if I'm in charge.
Sure, yeah.
Now, if you're paying for the guide, it tends to work out.
Well, I've never done that.
But if old Fee's going, I had some customers and they had a huge lake, and they told me about bring your kids out and got a great dock, and you'll just catch 5 and 6 pound bass.
Sure.
And so I took them out, all my kids out there, and the dock was the size of this table.
Yeah.
And there was more snakes than there were fish.
Oh, I can't.
And
I hate
we
snakes.
caught 3 fish, and then looked down, and there was 2 snakes eating the 3 fish.
Oh, I can't deal with that.
So I had to get out of there. But
Nothing worse than
that
being-
that was just a terrible experience for me. Hey, he's going to be the daddy and take his kids fishing. My youngest girl's a dadgum. She can do anything. She catches 5 and 6 pound bass and just takes pictures of it every weekend.
Yeah.
She's a fisher.
Okay,
And
which
her-
one?
and
The
her
oldest or
husband.
youngest? Oh, the youngest.
My youngest, yeah. She can fish.
I tell you, I can't stand those snakes though, and nothing worse to me than being in a little kayak in a creek that's about as wide as this table, and a snake slithering by, or you got to paddle by a rock on a snake. Yeah, but because there's nowhere. Where you going? Where you going?
And they're like eye level to you.
I got the goosey bumps even thinking about it. I hate.
Well, I can tell you, my father grew up at St. Francis River. His idea of fun when he wasn't getting beaten and working at 12 and 8 and 10.
Yeah.
He would go, and he had a 22.
Well, we always carry ours.
And he would kill snakes.
And
And
that's
he said
fun.
they were so thick, he one shot sometimes would kill two.
I
or
could
three
believe
of them.
it. I could believe it. Oh.
And so when
no,
he would
thanks.
take me fishing at Wapanaka, now these snakes, these water moccasins,
Yeah.
are every bit of this big.
Stand.
And I was scared to death of snakes. And my father, he's fishing, and big, huge snakes would come by. He'd just slap them with that tire. And they'd make those snakes so mad they'd be go under the boat going, and I'm looking on both sides. He just fishing. He's not the wasn't the least bit scared, and he was mad at me for being scared.
I couldn't do it.
I mean, what are you worried about? That's what he's saying. I mean, like, Daddy, quit hitting the snakes. Daddy, the snakes over here. Daddy, fish.
And you're just, okay, Daddy.
I'm looking. No, I'm doing this. I'm thinking they're gonna work in behind me.
Yeah. Well, we always just, I guess my friends I go with, we always carry. We all have just 22 revolvers, and so we just always carry those just with us. So anytime we have a snake or any kind of critter, we just try to pop them with our hog legs.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, if you're a snake hunter, join Manly Mark at Midday Madness today at 12 noon. And you can also join Phee Smee right here on the Phee Smee Network with Night at 9. We've had a great time today, guys. It's early, and we're just going to rock and roll. We've got a lot of things to do.
Yeah, I got to get to work.
I promise you this, Mark's not going to be doing a lot of snake hunting today. He'll be working.
No, and if my episode runs short, it's because I got work to do. Look, guys, we keep directing to our website, feesme.com, and right now it's a skeleton.
There you go.
And I need to spend a good majority of time to get that thing top notch because we want our traffic going to the website. We want, because we want that. Because once the censorship comes for us, once the pressure is put on us, we want people going to our website. And so at some point, we'll have all our lives up on our websites. We'll have the live stream 24/7, Watch Me Live or Die, up on the live stream on our website also. So I don't know how to do it. Never done a website.
Hours of work.
Yeah, I gotta do.
And,
Yes.
but Manly Mark tends to be able to be very, very.
Well, but now I'm thinking about it.
capable
Now I'm thinking about
He's
it.
capable.
Anyways, guys, thank you for
guys.
tuning in.